undercooked steaks, forgotten complimentary birthday desserts, inattentive waitstaff. Which Ruth's Chris location has it all, and which Ruth's Chris location doesn't? Keep watching to find out if the best or worst location is in your city. Idaho may be famous for potatoes, but Boise has more to offer than mere spuds, from tech companies to ski slopes to a Shakespeare festival.
Oh, Hamlet, 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 Hamlet! The vampire army has taken the city!
Boise's got it going on, though NPR noted a few years back that this fast gentrifying city is in danger of being overrun with hipsters. While Boise may now have its share of farm-to-table eateries, indie coffee houses, and microbreweries, Meat and Potatoes Idaho still loves its steakhouses. Luckily, the Boise Ruth's Chris is a real gem. On Open Table, the Boise Ruth's Chris has over 1,000 reviews, averaging 4.8 stars. It rates very highly for food, service, and ambiance, and just slightly lower for value, since Ruth's Chris has never been what you call budget-friendly, especially by Boise standards. The words amazing and awesome pop up frequently in reviews, with the food described as delicious and the servers as attentive and accommodating. One person noted an instance where the Boise Ruth's Chris staff and management went above and beyond their usual standards of exemplary hospitality. After a spur-of-the-moment reservation for a birthday, they arrived 15 minutes later to find a card on the table and a choice of any dessert they wanted off the menu as a freebie. Cabo San Lucas is known for offering fun in the sun, with golfing, whale watching, beachcombing, and sunbathing topping the list of must-do activities. As far as the food scene goes, tacos and tequila at a poolside cantina may be many people's pick, but Cabo does offer more upscale eateries as well. Unfortunately, the Cabo San Lucas Ruth's Chris seems to have less charm than a roadside seafood shack, and at a price that many find too high to pay for a not-so-fine dining experience. The Cabo Ruth's Chris has a fairly high number of 1- and 2-star open table reviews. One review from November 2021 notes that the restaurant was out of nearly all the main dishes at the time they dined there. Not only were they out of steaks, they were even out of lobster and chicken. The lack of entrees forced them to make a meal out of sides alone. Another review spoke of the overly bright lights, which is a real ambiance killer, while another reviewer mentioned dirty restrooms and inattentive waitstaff. Other diners complained of food being poorly cooked, with one former patron writing the following about their experience: "With so many fine dining choices here in Cabo, we will not be coming back." There may once have been a time, way back in the day, when Austin would have been referred to as one of Texas's hidden gems, but this college town has long been on everyone's radar. The music scene, the film festivals, and of course the food lure visitors from all over the country. In a town with so much to offer, why would anyone choose to dine at a chain restaurant? Well, it's because the Ruth's Chris in Austin, Texas is just that good. TripAdvisor reviewers rave about the location. One reviewer said it had to be one of the best Ruth's Chris locations, offering what may be, hooves down, the best steak in Austin. Another diner gave rave reviews of their meal, saying the following about their steak: "The best I've had, flavorful, tender, and grilled to perfection." Another person praised the attractive interior and soft lighting, while other customers mentioned some pretty sweet happy hour deals at the bar, as well as a Thanksgiving menu that's both superior to and less pricey than the holiday fare offered by some of Austin's other high-end establishments. What words best describe the Ruth's Chris locations in Charlotte, North Carolina?
No good?
To call them no good would be an understatement. Try horrendous. Poor Charlotte. What did they do to end up with not one, but two of the worst Ruth's Chris steakhouses? While the South Park location may be pretty bad, the Uptown one seems to be no better. One TripAdvisor review comes from a couple who say they have visited this restaurant many times over several decades and enjoyed it in the past. However, their last visit in 2021 included a careless server, cold, flavorless food, and a bill of $270 for just 2 people. After their awful experience, they say they have no plans to return to this location ever again. Other diners have also reported numerous issues with the Uptown Ruth's Chris location. Yelpers note that they are pretty strict in enforcing their dress code here, so don't even try to eat there with torn jeans, even the ripped for fashion kind. One customer complained that the cool blue lighting is extremely unflattering and gives the place an ambiance more suited to an office or retail environment. Another person noted that their party was not offered the complimentary birthday dessert that Ruth's Chris locations typically provide. Generally, a number of unsatisfied diners at this Ruth's Chris steakhouse feel the level of service and quality of food in recent years do not match the prices charged by the chain. Minnesota nice, fact or fiction? The Star Tribune notes that while this phrase may have first started appearing in that paper as recently as the 80s, the concept has long been a familiar one to residents of that state. What no one can really agree on, however, is exactly what it means. At a minimum, it seems to indicate a certain level of polite yet restrained friendliness. However, that cordiality may not always extend to non-Minnesotans, many of whom feel unwelcome in the Gopher State. Well, we're pleased to report that even those from Wisconsin and Illinois can find a warm Minnesota welcome at the Minneapolis Ruth's Chris. As one TripAdvisor user noted, they have visited a number of Ruth's Chris locations, and the Minneapolis one, they say, is among the best. One reason it gets their vote is the servers, who manage to deliver the appropriate level of attention without crossing the line into hovering. Another person who hosted a business dinner there described the waitstaff as being both helpful and entertaining. It seems like the employees may be savvy enough to realize which diners require a higher level of engagement and which ones prefer to enjoy their meal in peace. The food doesn't disappoint either, as most diners found it to live up to the high standards that Ruth's Chris fans have come to expect. Richmond, Virginia is a city with a lot to offer, ranging from historical monuments to basketball-playing rodents to a vampire-haunted cemetery. Richmond also has a thriving dining scene that caused Forbes to dub the city, quote, a hidden culinary gem with so many dining options available to you. One place you might want to pass on is the local Ruth's Chris.
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
That's right. The Richmond Ruth's Chris, a restaurant that dates back to the 1990s, has a number of issues that earn it a spot on this worst of list. From inattentive and eye-roll-inducing waitstaff, fatty, gristle-filled overcooked steaks, and overly salty soup, the reasons why not to visit the Richmond Ruth's Chris go on and on. Indianapolis is perhaps best known for the 500-mile car race that bears its name. The city also holds a place in food history, however, as it is home to not only Van Camp's baked beans, but also Wonder Bread. Neither of these products is something you're likely to find on the menu of the Indianapolis Ruth's Chris, but if you dine there, you're likely to have quite an enjoyable experience. One TripAdvisor reviewer said that they have eaten at a number of this chain's locations over the years and claim that the Indianapolis location is the best of the bunch. It even merited a 5-star rating from someone who says they consider the chain, on the whole, to be, quote, overrated and overpriced. It seems a well-cooked ribeye won this diner over, while others have been wowed by the showstopper seafood and the stellar service. One couple, who ate there just a few months ago, says that the well-run restaurant is a sure sign of superb management. Another diner was pleased to note that this location even offers a number of specials that give you a bit more bang for your buck. Memphis, Tennessee is quite the music mecca. It's home to Graceland, the #1 stop on any Elvis pilgrimage, and Beale Street is legendary in its own right. Memphis Tourism notes that their town features in more songs than any other city in the world. They also reveal that Memphis is known, amongst other things, for being the pork barbecue capital of the world. Perhaps a city should just stick to pork barbecue if their Ruth's Chris is anything to go by. Ruth's Chris in Memphis has a number of disappointed customers. One TripAdvisor user found it to be the worst Ruth's Chris they'd ever eaten, due to the fact that the plates weren't sizzling hot as advertised, and the steaks were undercooked. Other issues reviewers have brought up include poorly made drinks, badly cooked food, and incredibly long wait times for orders to be taken and food to arrive. Where in the world is Weehawken? According to Google Maps, it lies just across the Hudson River from Manhattan, so it appears to be a bedroom community for the bridge and tunnel crowd. Still, the whole point of living in New Jersey for some may be the fact that you don't have to fight city traffic whenever you go out to eat. That's because Weehawken itself offers a number of fine dining experiences, including its own Ruth's Chris. Yelpers seem to agree that Weehawken's Ruth's Chris is a far cry from the one downstate in Atlantic City. For starters, the restaurant offers a large parking lot, something city dwellers from, say, New York rarely see.
One thing about New York City, You're here or you're nowhere. You cannot achieve this level of anxiety, hostility, and paranoia anywhere else.
The restaurant itself also offers a romantic ambiance with soft lights, soft music, and intimate dining rooms that have been known to host small weddings. The food is top-notch, the drinks are reasonably priced for the area, and the waitstaff is personable, friendly, and even entertaining. Atlantic City, New Jersey was once primarily known as a beach resort, at least during warm weather months. Since the 70s, however, it's been the East Coast's answer to Las Vegas. Losing your shirt at the casinos has now become a time-honored tradition, but according to a number of disappointed restaurant patrons, it seems you're equally likely to feel ripped off after dining at Atlantic City's Ruth's Chris. One TripAdvisor user feels that Ruth's Chris may be Atlantic City's worst bargain, while others exclaim this location is the worst Ruth's Chris ever. The list of complaints goes on, including menu items ordered but never received, wrong items delivered, and steaks that were either too raw or too tough, and definitely not worth the ridiculous prices charged for them. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more mashed videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.